Knowing what to do when you find a resident unresponsive or when you experience an urgent or concerning situation is critical to safe, quality care. Are you and your team prepared to quickly respond and provide the best possible outcome? Improving your process for any staff to call for and receive support requires a systematic and effective response. A rapid evaluation team, or RET, can help you create a system and culture that is structured and proactive to assess and intervene before a situation becomes an emergency.
Rapid evaluation teams are important because we don't know at any given time when an emergency situation is going to happen. So knowing what to do in any situation is a crucial part of the care that we deliver. Rapid evaluation teams is rapidly evaluating any kind of situation where you need help.
Oh, okay. Pat. Pat. RET in 116 in therapy suites. Come on, Pat. Come on. RET in 116. RET. Come on. Started walking. She said she was lightheaded and we haven't really been eating lunch or drinking anything for the past couple days.
Can you hear me? Can you squeeze my hands?
What's going on? We were walking back from lunch. Before we started walking, she said she was feeling lightheaded. We got her this far and she passed out. What's your blood pressure?
90/62, pulse is tachy. Pat?
Can you grab me?
Let me. Did anyone notice anything unusual this morning at all with Pat?
Just that she didn't eat completely like she used to.
Gloves.
Yep, I'll take your phone.
You call 911. Robin, can you print some paperwork for me?
Yep, I sure will.
You guys want to go check out call lights?
Yep.
Is there a therapy suite? I have a 63-year-old female patient who recently had a right knee surgery. She suddenly became unresponsive.
Good to hear here.
Her blood pressure is 90/62. Pulse is tachy, and she is full code. Sounds good. We'll have somebody waiting for you at the front door. Thank you. All right, they called.
Blood sugar is 110. I looked at her incision this morning. Everything looks good there. Can you wait for the ambulance at the front desk? Call her husband.
And call her husband.
Yeah. Can you squeeze my hand a little bit here? Okay, she's got a little bit of a squeeze.
Rapid evaluation teams are beneficial to both the people you serve and your staff and can help improve the quality care you provide.
Time is everything in an emergency situation. Our facility implemented rapid evaluation teams
Welcome. I'll show you to room 116.
because it's the right thing to do for anybody who walks into our facility. Having a staff on board that is prepared for any kind of emergency at any time is the right thing to do in any healthcare facility.
All right, since we had the RET, we just want to go over, just see how it went. Any comments? How do you feel it went?
Anything we could change for next time? Anything to make it run smoother?
I think it went very well.
I think it was smooth.
I think it was really beneficial that you were here with her when it happened.
Definitely. Thank you for initially right away calling that RET, not waiting.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing up, Robin.
You're welcome.
And her husband answered.
Her husband answered,
good.
and he was on his way to ER.
It's in good hands now.
Rapid evaluation teams help everybody work together as a team, help everybody know what their resources are at any given time, help everybody feel more confident when it comes to an emergency situation. You know you're not alone. You know that there's a plan in place should an event happen. The benefit of an RET for a resident is that they get a team of people who are confident in the care they're providing, and they're all working for positive outcomes in a very systematic, efficient way. The benefit of an RET for a staff member is being able to count on their team members and knowing that they're going to be there, knowing that they're not going to be in an emergency situation by themselves. Our facility, from implementing RETs, has seen positive patient and resident outcomes when it comes to emergency situations.
It's made it like much less stressful, because before I would maybe be the only person in the room and I would be expected to make sure everything was getting done all within maybe help from one other person. So it's very stressful to make sure the patient's okay, get the paperwork, call the ambulance. You know, you're just like the one-man band trying to do everything. Well, now you have everybody, so you just call out what you need help with.
Time as a nurse, you're more confident that you did everything for that patient in that amount of time, and you were able to take care of the most important things. There's paperwork, this and that. I mean, that stuff is important, but caring for that patient at that moment, you were able to focus on that, and I think in the long run you do a better job.
It opens doors, and then more people feel more confident of knowing what an RET is. So you open it to everybody comes in and steps in where needed, and it's just like an all hands on deck approach.
It doesn't feel like everything is on that one nurse's shoulder, and you can actually use the team you have. It helps everybody else that doesn't necessarily do the nursing work feel like they're part of this patient's care, and they're more involved, and I'm sure they appreciate that too. They made a difference in that person's life as well.
A rapid evaluation team is not a new concept. You may already have elements of this system in place. To create an effective RET, you will need to assess your current emergency response process, identify opportunities for improvement, create and implement an action plan, develop tools, resources, and training, and most important, practice it. The RET Roadmap and Toolkit from Leading Age Minnesota will walk you through each step in the process, from the very basics of getting started to staff training and implementation to practice drills. A rapid evaluation team is a one true answer that encompasses anything your staff needs in an urgent situation. The 5 key elements of an RET are:
establishing the crash cart and the emergency kit is the first step in the rapid evaluation teams, because you want to know what equipment you have available at any given time. Communication system is the next step in developing rapid evaluation teams, because you've established what you have, and now how you're going to get that to you when an emergency situation happens is the next step. The code status location is very important, because you want to make sure you have that one true source of information and that all staff know where to look for that code status. That is also something you're going to want to ask your staff, because if somebody thinks that somebody in room 116 is a full code, but really they're DNR, DNI, those outcomes are very different in an emergency situation. It's very crucial to establish an RET workflow so that everybody who could potentially be a part of a rapid evaluation team knows what to do when a rapid evaluation team is called. Conducting regular RET drills is important, because you learn something every time. The more time that you can save by being efficient and knowing everybody's responding and being a part of an RET, the more time you can spend focusing on the person who's in the emergency situation. Much like a fire drill, you need to do rapid evaluation drills so that when something happens, everybody knows what to do and it just falls into place.
It makes a world of a difference. That's between, it could be life and death, like how fast we get to that patient who is in need. We don't have no way of knowing how much time we have to work with. So the faster we get there, the sooner we get going, the better outcome.
And every rapid evaluation team we go through, everyone becomes a little bit more confident. The process becomes a little bit more solid. The things that we could possibly or potentially need in any given situation is something that we get so that it's on hand for staff to have. I would say it's constantly evolving. Other aging services should definitely implement rapid evaluation teams in their facility, because it will benefit the team members that are there. It will grow your staff to work more cohesively together in not just emergency situations, but in daily routines. It really builds their relationships, and it just really changes the culture of the facility. It changes the culture of the facility to when something happens, the nurse will take care of it, or when something happens, who's ever in charge will take care of it, to when something happens, I get to be a part of making a difference. So when it comes to rapid evaluation teams, the most important thing about them is that everybody is prepared for any emergency situation regarding anyone who walks through the door at any time.